Hi guys, welcome back, new tutorial. This time I'm gonna speak about layer your sound, layer your leads, synths, chords, bass, basically stacking everything together and make everything sounds good together. I'm gonna use one of my old tracks, it's called Loch Ness, was made with Kenta, released on Peak Hour Music about a year ago or so. And yeah, there I'm gonna explain you and walk through the track breakdown and see how I layered those synths. So let's go and have fun. So guys, here we are, this is the project we have, and this is one of my old songs. It's called Loch Ness, as you can see here, and this will be the final result, just in case you're wondering, so you don't have to go through all the video if you're not interested. So something like this. Of course this is mastered, so it's mixed as well, so it sounds a little different. Here I just have the main instruments. I just prepared the project for you guys, so we will have also the FLP, however you call it, for FL Studio, so you can actually check all the mixer states, the patterns and all the sounds you need to have. It's a little colorful, I know, but I made it on purpose so you can actually see what's going on and know what is playing, and I think it's a little bit more clear than just have an organized project. So just don't mind these black, these are just automations. I just put them there to to make everything faster, and also some claps and kicks, but the main thing is happening here with the leads. So let's go through all the leads and the patterns and everything. So the first lead sounds like this. There is no EQ on anything except a few things like maybe the claps, or actually enough. Yeah, there is just on the snare and rides. Yeah, otherwise it's clean. As you can see, the leads are clean, just coming from the presets. And here I have some reverb, of course, Sun Godizer and Camel Fat for the filter. I use Camel Fat as a filter. I find it really useful. So all the automations you can see are from Camel Fat, filtering out, and those filters as well, and sidechain. Everything else is just basic presets. So first lead. The chord progression, it's going up. It's started as a remix and then I just made the track out of it. So this is the chord progression. Then we have the second lead, which is a sound. It's a preset. You can see it. Basic preset, and it plays the same notes. Now this one I think is a little different. Actually, this one is different. It's playing differently. It's going up, up, down. So if you put them together, you can hear the difference. I'm not gonna get into chord progression now, but when you layer, it's also important that you actually have different chords playing. So if it's useful, for example, to do something like this. So these notes will be played by the other synths, the other leads, and this one is gonna play an octave higher, this particular note. So this will create an harmony, or you just change the full notes, like in this case. So if I actually copy this one and I paste it on the first lead, you will notice that apart from playing a different octave, it's also playing different chords, so it's making an harmony playing together. Okay, so this is a basic kind of things that you should always remember. Third lead, it's a stab lead. It's not so stabby, but I call it like that, so it should sound like this. and we have the steps becomes just bigger here. Main lead, second lead, so now together it should sound, if we just take the leads without bass, it should sound like this. Not so good, I must say, because it's not mixed. So of course, if you stack all these layers together, even with automation, it won't sound that good. So another thing I want to point out is here we'll start a little kind of breakdown drop. So basically, it will be bigger. It has to be bigger. You can hear the big lead. A lot of reverb. This comes by standard. So let's start. Let's go into the mixer. Let's make it smaller. We don't need that big. So first thing we're gonna play is this. This is pretty much already a full preset. It's full of everything. Doesn't need much. So what we will do is actually cut a little bit of the low end. So let me go, I've got so many plugins and they're not organized. EQing, and there you go. So, first thing, how long I don't open FLP filter. We don't need these low frequencies, we will have it from the bass and others. So I will cut it around here. And I'll boost a little bit around 2000 here. To give brightness. It's already a super bright synth itself. You won't hear the difference, but you will hear it when everything plays together, because it means these low frequencies cutting off here will be used in another synth, most probably, which will then interfere with this one. So we have to take care. And also you boost it here at 2000 to 200, so we have to take off from somewhere else these higher frequencies and decrease the volume of it. So a little cut a nice cut will do as well. So we will check it. This one is a little lower, as you can hear. So we don't need that much high frequencies, but still it's a high-end synth, so it has still to eat up. Okay. We will boost around here. We have them here. This one as well, it's pretty low. This is the Zarrella lead. It's a lead I used a lot. I kind of tweaked it from one preset and it became I kind of like it. I don't know, I used it in a lot of projects when I used to make big room and progressive house. So it's a little bit of my sounds. Joy Dell I think uses something really similar to this. I just then found out. So we kind of developed it together somehow. I don't know how that happened, but I still use it. It really gives the weird feeling, and it's my sound. So it's a little bit mixed already because it's not really part of the chords or synths, but we can EQ it as well. You see how much I'm cutting, because this is gonna play higher, so we don't need any of this. But I'm gonna cut this because it's really annoying, as you can, for your ears, so that's one. Now we get into the point where this is really low. This is much lower. This is something we have to keep in the middle of the track, so it's gonna cover the high mid part and not just the highs, as it doesn't have much high end. So let's check it together. You can see here it's nothing basically going on. So what you're gonna boost, it's here, because that's the interesting part. We're gonna cut a little bit of the mids, because it can get muddy. Okay, so that's one. Let's go ahead. This one is a little bit higher, as you can hear. You can also see it has more high ends, so we can carry a little bit higher. Always find the sweet spot. Okay, next. Oh, this is not playing nowhere. Alright. Softer sound as well. This is where it needs the boost, basically. So we got all the small parts ready together. Let's see, without the big lead. You hear this one playing. Let's cut it even more. Okay, let's go into the big leads. So for the big leads I have, let's go into it, it's really... I have basically Nexus because it's really easy. Magnetron, or Magnetron, how you wanna call it, it's preset, really easy to just play basically. This gives reverbs. It doesn't have to be really high volume because we have the main sound. The main sound is this, the main lead. The first, especially the second as well, and then it goes down and down and down. And we also have a special lead playing on top, something different. So once you have the main lead playing already at a higher volume with more frequencies, all the big leads are just gonna support and complement each other. So basically they're just gonna give space and reverb. So they're gonna make your track sound full, and they're gonna give more fullness basically. Yeah, that's it will sound more professional, not that empty, because sometimes people have all the synths on the same level, all the leads, and I think it's not really good unless you have like perfectly mixed and going together sounds. I would always leave some leads more on a higher level than the others, so the other will just make in the background that you will still hear them but less. so they will complement the main lead and not just overcome it. So that's like the trick, I think, and Kashmir also spoke about it. So it's really useful to think that way, of just put something to, even if it's a lower volume, just to make the track full and give a little bit something different going on that you will still feel, but maybe not here in your face. So it gives also space, like a three-dimensional kind of space, covering all the frequencies. Okay, so these basically are the reverbs which cover the stereo basically. So it will open up the sound and it will go, you can also play with the panning of it, so that it will go a little bit there and there, the ping pong panning or phaser as well. Okay. If you compare it with the others, the sound is much lower. You can see it from here, though these are higher because they're higher already in the patterns, but these one are much lower if you compare these two. So this, I think, is mostly the main sound. I'll just play it from here. You can hear it. Don't take the same sounds and stack it up together. Try always something different that will give some difference. Otherwise, they're really gonna, I think these are gonna already be like competing with themselves. So you have to find always different kind of sounds that stack good together. So it's also about choosing the right sound, guys. It's not about mixing every time. So here I don't want low ends on these ones, because we have the mid, then we have the bass, we will go through later, and these are high kind of things that don't need to really have this muddy reverb at the low ends. Take off the reverb and take off the low ends when there is a lot of reverb on the sounds, otherwise it will just mess up with the bass and you won't even hear it, because it's not easy to hear, right? You hear this is destroying basically the bass. This one as well, we have to cut it down here, and we will also cut it a little bit less. This is lower, for example, so we will cut a little bit of the high end, but still also the low end, so it will be like... And it also plays something different. It's playing different notes, if you compare it with this one. Still too much reverb on this one. And also, if you take this singularly, it will not sound as good as when you take them all in the mix. So be aware that if the lead doesn't sound that well, the synth, doesn't mean that it's bad on the mix. So always check with other sounds together how it sounds, okay? That's really important. Okay. This is probably the clearest here. If we play them together, okay, they are connected to this filter here, so don't mind it. It's just a filter moving this way, so that it makes the effect, but has nothing to do with it. I just linked it. Alright, so alright, so this is the bass. Already prepared it basically. Look at this one. Just high cut and low cut. So basically the only frequencies covered are those of the bass. Just here. If we open it up, we can open it a little bit. You feel the difference. And I cut it a little bit of the low end as well. Alright. Well, that's other things we have here. So let's play it together. Let's see how that sounds. So guys, this is basically everything that you need to know about layering. As you can see, I didn't do much on actually checking the mix. I mean, I cleared it up a little bit to make space for the bass to kick in and the high synths and this type of stuff, but I didn't do much. Anyway, the only thing you have to be careful is making the right chords. Okay, make chords that already sound good together. You know, it has to be already something sounding good together, because if you don't make good harmonies, which comes from the MIDI itself, then you won't have the same quality of sound. And choose your preset wisely as well. This is really important. And yeah, that's it. I mean, we'll go over the patterns once again. Easy bass, like you cannot get easier than that. It's just going down, monotone as hell. So this you will have in the FLP, so no problems. As you can see here, this is basically the same as this. I just went one octave up, one semitone up, sorry, with the C, and it does change a lot. You won't even hear, but it gives a different feeling, okay? And yeah, this time basically the same chords playing over. The only change is the one I showed before, where the G, where the C and the F, C major and F are just going up, so it sounds different. I will show it, yeah, like in this case, for example. Nope. Let's find the right one. Here. You see, this one are playing here. So you have an harmony. You have an harmony. Okay, so we will listen to the full track from beginning. It's just this one. So just to make it again compact and like resume everything, sounds design, it's important. So find the right sounds, find the right presets that stick well together. As you can see here, I didn't do much on the EQing and mixing at all. Everything had the reverb, everything had the right kind of spots. So sound and MIDI wise as well, remember, make chords that stack well together, that have that make a different, the harmonies are really important. So make harmonies when you make chords. And if you want, I will make a tutorial on how to make effective chords and breakdowns. I really love making breakdowns. It's one of the most interesting part of the track. Okay, after the drop, of course. And so sounds, MIDI and effects. Use effects to make everything bigger. Side chaining in the right moment. As it's here, for example, it gives a pump, make some impacts, use some impacts. Use filters to grow up, and the sound, it will grow up and will make it feel bigger. So this is the most important things. And then of course add these little details like the big leads in the background, which make a lot in the track. Some small sounds that really make the track sound different and more complete. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. I tried my best to make it as best as possible, as good as possible, and I hope you liked it, enjoyed, and learned something. Let me know if you want to see something else coming up from me, some other tutorials, or if you need me to speak about something else, anything you wish. Comment below and let me know, and subscribe, and of course like the video if you enjoyed it. So until next time, take care, guys, and keep on producing. See you guys.